So what's up, you guys? Dallas Cowboys lost again. Let me first start off by saying this. I used to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. But like I said before, the way Jerry Jones and the organization did Tony Romo is why I said, you know what, I'm done. I'm done with Dallas. So when they lose, brings nothing but joy to my heart. Pure joy. Let me start by saying this. Dak Prescott should not get an extension, and if he does, it needs to be sitting in the back seat to a quarterback that they either bring in that's a veteran or a rookie quarterback that they bring in through the draft. He is not a starting quarterback. He is only going to take you so far. He is a quarterback that in his rookie season, when he was put in, is that type of quarterback in order to get you to where your starting quarterback comes back in, like what Drew Brees is going through with his hands in a Teddy Bridgewater situation, which Teddy Bridgewater is a starting quarterback. But Dak Prescott, in other words, is just not a starting quarterback. He just isn't. At best, he's a Frank Reich type guy. You know what I'm saying? Who will, keep you winning throughout, so many games of the season. Maybe it get you a game or two here in the playoffs, a win, and then you go right back to that starting quarterback. That's what you want out of Dak Prescott. But if Dallas gives him that extension, I'm telling you right now, it's not going to bode too well in Dallas's favor. They started off all wrong by giving Ezekiel Elliott the contract that they got. I've always said it, Ezekiel Elliott is not an elite running back. It's always been the line. First and foremost, the first year that he came in there, he had an elite line. Now Dallas Cowboys, they're all right. They're like B+ type. But when he came into the league, Ezekiel Elliott, he had the best line. And I'm going to tell you a huge reason why is because you had the right tackle free in there, who he was on the decline, but he still did some things that was great. And they had their best left guard go to Denver. So once he left, that was a wrap, because he was actually their best blocking offensive lineman. So it just is what it is. They no longer have an elite offensive line. They have an okay offensive line. So it's showing in their run game, and it's showing by how Ezekiel Elliott runs. Ezekiel Elliott is not even a fast running back. If anything, they need to bring it more like a Bill Parcells style running game where they use both Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott. They don't need to use Ezekiel Elliott so much, because his running style is a run into a lineman, hoping he gets more often, more of a yardage or something like that. But it's not a DeMarco Murray type running back where he cuts the run back. He sees nothing there to the left. He cuts it back to the open field. So he's not that type of running back, He just runs into people and he gets extra yardage. What is that? Nothing. But when it comes to this loss, let's talk about Jason Garrett. It's not Jason Garrett's fault. I heard Stephen A. Smith on First Take talk about how Jason Garrett decided to run a quarterback, option sweep to the left-hand side. And who cares? Maher was, he made like 2 field goals, I think a 60-something yarder and maybe 50-something yarder, but he missed a 40-yarder. And the week before that, he missed a kick. And I think maybe even the week before that, he missed a kick. So this guy's inconsistent. Why would you put the game in the hands of your kicker who is not winning for you? They need to get rid of that kicker. Like, seriously. Get another kicker who is going to be able to help you win these games. They need another kicker, and it's not Maher. If anything, in that draft, this coming season, off-season, get you a kicker, Dallas. Jason Garrett made the right decision. This isn't Jason Garrett's fault. Yes, Dallas has injuries, but even when Dallas had injuries, when Romo was there, Romo still found a way to win. He had Joe Montana-esque way about playing. He did come from behind, you know, even when he had interceptions. One of the worst games I've ever watched Romo have was against the Buffalo Bills. He had like 5 interceptions in that game, and he still pulled off the win at the very end. This is something that Dak isn't accustomed to doing too often. He's done it maybe about 3 or 4 times, but it's never been any more than that. I mean, the last game I can really think about Dak coming back and winning, or not winning, but coming back before that bad man, we're talking Aaron Rodgers came back and just darted it down the field because Dallas didn't have no defense. That was the last game I can really think of that was really big to where Dak actually had, you know, a comeback type of, you know, game style, running style, you know, whatever he does offensively. But Dak just isn't the answer. It's not Jason Garrett's fault this year. They have Randall Cobb. He's a great addition. They aren't utilizing him correctly. Dak is constantly throwing to number 8. What was it, 19? What's his name? I'm up here losing my train of thought but he's constantly throwing to number 19. He's not spreading the ball around. He needs to be unpredictable. Yes, these players, they get paid, and we're trying to, you know, people out here in the environment are trying to invest in these players, you know, whether it be through fantasy or people, you know, getting their money's worth out of them. But that's not what the game needs to be about. It needs to be about spreading the ball, unpredictability, and it needs to be where you can dominate these other teams to where they're like, man, we constantly having people guessing, you know, and that's what you need in the league offensively. And one thing I will say about Romo, where Romo messed up was with that very thing, and it was because of Terrell Owens. Had it not been for that Terrell Owens situation, I think Romo would have had a Super Bowl successful year. Or should I say some years, a couple years in particular. But that 2014 season, yeah, obviously we got robbed. 2016 season when Jerry Jones did what he did, that was wrong. Jerry knows it to this day. He's like, man, I shouldn't have let Romo walk. But it is what it is, guys. But anyway, that's all I got to say for now. I talked very little bit about Dallas in that game against the Jets. But Jets are just a better team right now. You know, Jets are a better team than Dallas right now. Obviously, they proved it with even with these injuries that Dallas has. It just is what it is. Dallas isn't a good squad. I thought Dallas could go 9-7, maybe 10-6, but the way they're playing right now, it's looking like a lot less than that. It could be a 7-9, 8-18. So it just is what it is. You guys hang in there. I'm not a Dallas fan, just a fantasy footballer now. So you guys hang in there. Keep watching football, and I'll be back with another video. Peace.